I've just come up the Vista chair and I'm herringboning up. You can see by these tracks I'm not the first person to do this today. I'm herringboning up to this trail because I told you I was going to have a little adventure, and I'm going to go up into there and go climb up a tower. But first, I'm going to ditch my skis. Because that's the way it's done. You ditch your skis here and prop them up in the snow. And they'll be waiting for you when you get back. So I'm going to turn around here so you can see what this looks like. That's the lift I just got off of. So I'm headed up this here trail. This would be the top Vista Peak I'm headed toward, which isn't the top of the mountain. I see someone skied up here this morning. Down here through the trees. And up again. And in a couple minutes, you'll see the tower. There it is. All covered with hoarfrost. Looks rickety too, doesn't it? Now, these ski tracks here go off down there, because if you follow that trail, you end up on the Catamount Trail, which is a ski trail that goes the whole length of this state. So this ladder looks really rickety, but they maintain it well. It only looks this beat up because people climb it, usually in ski boots. Which, you know, by the way, are not the best foot gear for ladder climbing. Bit of an ice crust on it today, but today it's just gotten above the freezing mark, so the ice is melting, which is going to make it nicer on the way down. To be careful not to bang my head on the hole in the floor. And this is the scary part, you know, because there's no railing on the outside of this. And I'm afraid of heights. So I'm standing on a slippery thing, trying to hook my leg up onto a ice-covered platform. But this is why welcome to the top of Vista. There's Waterbear Reservoir. And there's Camel's Hump. And over there, back behind the wind turbine, you can see Whiteface, the rest of the Adirondacks. There's Mount Mansfield and that tiny little lift. Way over there is the number 1 chair, which should be running but isn't. And there's the top of Ricker. And if I were to drop my skis and walk up there, it'd take me about 4 hours, even though it's only 3/4 of a mile. And there's the lift I came up, and it looks like a little toy lift from here, doesn't it? But that's my view. Okay, so I'm in the top of this tower, which I don't know if you notice has safety railings, but nothing in the way of, say, really adequate safety railings. But I'm sitting here and putting my gloves back on, and instead of crawling over, I'm just gonna scoot. Because let's face it, ski boots and everything. But I got my feet hanging over the edge, and I gotta go down. I gotta go down that thing. And you can see I'm a pretty far way up here. And ski boots aren't really, you know, the best. They're not the best footwear for it, but they're the footwear everyone wears, so it's all right, you know. This is the scary part for me, because there's absolutely no there's no railing when you step off. And did I mention that I'm really afraid of heights? Yeah, that's me. And this ladder here is you know, covered with ice. And every time I come up in the tower, I have a serious moment where I sort of ask myself why I did this. Yeah. Well, it's best if I get on one knee to do it. And kind of get off the way I came. Scares the willies out of me every freaking time. Because I gotta shift my weight so that I'm on the ladder and not on the tower. And that's the worst of it. Okay. Now I can quote unquote enjoy my climb down, which by the way is a lot scarier than the climb up, you know, because you can't see where you're going. And I was scared of this 20 years ago, and it hasn't improved now that I'm an old fart. Okay, so that's halfway down the tower. Now I've got to turn and get onto the second ladder, which that first step is a long one. And I hate it just as much every time. To lean back and put my weight around so I can grab onto the post. Every time I have to change weight, it scares me. But being scared of a thing is not a good enough reason not to do it. All right. So, down to the bottom. There are my poles. Whew. I'm gonna walk back down the trail. And there you can see the snowmaking shack and the place where I left my skis. So that's my adventure for the day. And I'll step back onto my skis and head down the mountain.